So it's time for the show for the Stoner Score. If you're new to the Stoner Score, of course, is out of these 10 criteria that I judge an album by. And those criteria are: one is artwork, title, intro, beat selection, or the composition. The use of features, the less than 30% skip on first listen. The content, are you saying something? Replay value, number 10. Number 9, does it transcend time? Is your song gonna create a capsule, gonna look back in time and say that was a classic? And number 10 is satisfaction guaranteed. Are the streets satisfied with this album? Are you good to go to your next project? All right. So this is the criteria for the Stoner Score, and today we're gonna be talking about Young Dolph's new album, Rich Slave. All right, that's what we're gonna be talking about on the Stoner Score today. Okay, so off the bat, of course, I listened to Young Dolph's albums, man. I listened to his last album. I can remember I was in LA, driving around, listening to that. Yeah, like I remember these things. That's what music does to me, is help me remember segments of time, especially if it's good music. Now, I do like Young Dolph's albums, so that's why when I saw this out, there's a few albums that dropped. There's a few. I just didn't have that much time, but of course, I went to Young Dolph's album. Let's listen to this beat. Now, I must admit, I got the deluxe version. So the image that's on the screen right now, it's the regular version. I didn't really notice the regular version, but yeah, I got the deluxe version. So it was longer than I expected, but it was deluxe. All right, it was deluxe. If it would have been shorter, it wouldn't be deluxe and it would be perfect. But it was deluxe, so I'll give it that. But it was the black and white version of this one, and it was a lot of good songs in there. He put a lot in there, like. He came out already. Like, the industry, I believe, is opening up now because more albums dropped this week. But I played a little bit of it a little while ago, and it's what you expect from Young Dolph. It's what you expect. I feel like you got to be riding around the city real slow. Listen to Young Dolph. That's what it is. You got to. You really got to. Like, real slow. Damn near with your feet out the window. Because I have. Like, hey, listen to Young Dolph's album. That's basically what you gotta be doing, Chi. That's what you gotta be doing, man. That's all. So it came out with exactly what I expected. And it's a good thing. So I'm gonna be going over the criteria right now for the Stoner Score. And number 1 is artwork. Of course, let me expect the artwork. Now, I did see this in black and white, which is the deluxe version. Now that I just saw this in color just now when I was illegally downloading this image off the internet. Yeah, that's when I saw. I was like, oh shit, it comes in color. But yeah, so the artwork is a go. It's a go. This is Young Dolph. Like, this image is him. Rides around in something exotic, real low to the ground. And got people around him. It's like, this is what to expect, G. This is a go. The title, Rich Slaves, yeah, that's pretty creative. I do like it. All those gold chains. Look at my little ass chain. I pulled it out. Just pulled out my little ass chain. Rich Slave. What the fuck am I doing? Alright, let me tuck this little shit back in. So, yeah, the titles will go. Rich Slaves with all them chains on and shit. I haven't played the Rich Slave song. Yeah, it's a go. The titles will go. The intro was not as memorable as I would like. It was just not as memorable as I would like. So I'm gonna have to duck the intro on this one. Like, the songs got better as you listen along. The intro was not. Yeah, I really wasn't a big fan of the intro on this one. He had better songs to introduce the movement, the sound of Young Dolph than. Yeah. It started up, pull up. Nah. So that's a deduction on that intro. Beat selection, it is exactly what to expect. Like I said, you got to be riding around the city real low, real slow. Listen to Young Dolph. You feel me? So the beat selection puts you in that vibe, that mindset, that frame of mind. All right. So beat selection is a go. Less than 30% skip on first listen. Yes, that it gets that. Although the deluxe is pretty long, but you pause. It's pretty long. Pause on that. The deluxe is is a little longer, but you don't really skip 30%, more than 30%. I really didn't skip anything when I listened to it through, of course. But yeah, it gets a check on this one. Less than 30% skip on first listen. Use of features. Yes. Like the features blend in. Dolph was the main attraction to this album. So yes, that's how you use a feature very, very well. Use of features is a check. The concept is he saying something. He wasn't saying too much. He wasn't saying too much. That's not what I come to expect from Dolph. Although he sprinkled a little bit of stuff about himself, like that we wouldn't know from time to time, but usually, he's not saying something on this one. Replay value, yes, Young Dolph gets replay value, of course. Of course, if you're rolling around real low, real slow, you're already gonna be replaying this over and over again in the trap. But that's what it is. So, replay value is a check. Does this transcend time? Is it a classic though? We're gonna look back on this and like, oh yeah, this was. Nah, I wouldn't say that on this album. Nah, I wouldn't give him that one on this album. All right, number 10 is satisfaction guaranteed. Are the streets satisfied with this album? Yes, the streets are even satisfied with a deluxe version of this album. Yes, the streets are definitely satisfied with this album. So this is Young Dolph's Rich Slave, and it got about a 7 out of a 10 on the Stoner Score, ladies and gentlemen. That's Rich Slaves by Young Dolph. That's a 7 on the Stoner Score.